Men welcome competition from other men. You cannot handle competition from women.
Ping, 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 ping.
But let me just say, you can. If you could, we would not live in a patriarchal system. It would not be that.
Yeah.
It would not be that. We would have been.
Yeah.
Listen, it would not be that, and it's not a personal thing. There are plenty of men who are able to compete with women, who love to compete with women in the sense of, I want to be the best in my field, whether it's a man or a woman. Yeah. There are plenty of men who do that. But generally speaking, we're talking about society as a whole. Men do not like to compete with women. That's why men denigrate women. That's why men pit women against other women, right? As a stupid example, this is a very, very stupid example, but if you go on Twitter right now, there are still plenty of men who don't have a hope with either of them arguing about Maya Jama and Georgia Smith. Which one's better?
He's a tweeter.
And that's my point, okay? Both of them are fire. Both of them you don't have a chance with. And yet. And still.
I'm sorry.
On my timeline, every day, there is another man talking about the two of them.
One house.
Like they are competing with each other. They are not. Maya Jama is Maya Jama. Georgia Smith is Georgia Smith. You as a man need to mind your business and go and get a job. That's it. That's it.
All right, wait. Oh.
I welcome it. Go on. I can compete with men. Let's go.
No, but I'm saying you're saying about Maya Jam and Jordan Smith. You lot do it as well. You'll put, let's say, Anthony Joshua with another guy, or you'll say, I want 6'2", I want this, I want that, build like this, no belly, Rurta. You guys been, Twitter.
You mentioned height, no? Let's talk about height.
You guys, so really, truly, you said we're arguing over people we can't get.
Listen, no.
You lot can't get Anthony Joshua either.
That is not what I said. Listen. Hold on. That is not what I said. That was not what I said, first of all. My point was they were talking about two beautiful women in their own right and trying to pit them against each other. Even if it's just as simple as Twitter, that is an example of some things that some men do. As I said, this is a very general statement. Talking about whether someone can get Anthony Joshua, or talking about someone, oh my God, they're 6'2", they're the best, look, I'm not taking anyone on that. All of that stuff, that's all childish, it's all stupid. My point was, there is no need to pit two women against each other, and it is evident even as somewhere as nonsensical as Twitter. That was the point. It wasn't about trying to say, Yeah. And you know this. You know. You guys just have to get one for the boys to cheer about. That's all it was. I got you.
To be fair, I feel like everyone's already said my point, but I definitely feel like some men, I think it depends on what your intentions are. So let's say if you're a cameraman and you just really love great footage, you literally are in love with like great shots, cinematography, all of that, you just love it. You wouldn't mind who's coming to take the spot. You wouldn't mind who's taking the picture, as long as the picture comes out well. Do you know what I mean? I think if you just really love graphics, you wouldn't care who's doing it, or if you want to see women on top, you wouldn't care who's coming up, because your mission is to see more women, more good work, all of that. I feel like it comes from depending on what your intentions are. And I do feel like men are very intimidated, especially in the workplace, because even though everyone's like, oh yeah, put women on, no. If really someone was to come, everyone's like, oh. And I think that's instinctive. That's like psychological. For men in this generation, I would say that this is not something you guys have come up with. This is something that you guys have been taught. Even when you're younger, like, oh, girls cry, boys don't. Oh, don't let her win. Come on, you're better than that. You're a boy. Who's mummy's boy? No, all of that. So then you're like, oh yeah, I love it all, da. And then as soon as a girl comes, you're like, oh, hold on a minute. You're uncomfortable. I think it's just a comfort blanket. Do you know what I mean? That's what you've been taught. And it's so hard to undo things that you have been instinctively taught from young. So I feel like in the workplace, men are not ready to see camera, like, what? They're like, oh, hold on a minute, this is heavy, you can't carry it, I can. Do you know what I mean? They don't want someone else to be better than them because they don't really love, like, it's just, It's just what you guys have been taught,
And
unfortunately.
I really just want to add to that. That whole
Yeah. Come, everyone come.
Can I comment on that? Can I comment on that, please?
Just a quick one. Just a quick one.
3, 4.
Let me comment on that, please.
Yeah. Go. 1, 2, 3.
I think there's a misconception between men trying to help women and no. I personally think if I saw a lady cool, I'm gonna judge it by her abilities. A big ass camera about 55 kg. I'm not gonna ask you, darling, put down your rascal shoulder and shoot this. No. Unless you pick it up and I can see that you can handle it, I'm gonna let you do your thing. All right, you go, girl. That's fine. But that's personal. Personal.
Sorry, just throwing it out there, but that's a different topic.
It's not really. If you see someone struggling, the first initial response is to want to go help. Do you get me? So just to give an example about the cameras and whatnot in the workplace, cool. Certain things that women are just biologically better than men are doing. Do you get me? And so right now, I feel like there's no splitting that topic. Cool, there is oppression. Yes, sexism, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like people are trying to mix everything at the same time as well. Do you get me? Some things women are just better at, and we just have to accept it and move on. It's a life. Some things men are better than, yes. But if it's a thing where a girl can do it and a man can do it, that's when the competition comes in. And I feel like women are scared to give men competition because they think men are going to shine away when it's not necessarily the case. Sean away like you. Not necessarily the case. Some men do like that competition. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's wrong to say from you. Sorry, I'm coming at you.
Go on then. You could try.
Wow. Especially on the point of Maya Gemma. And then I personally think social media is made for flipping opinions. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Don't go on social media trying to refuse somebody else's opinion because it just creates that conflict there. Cool, there's a dickhead, probably didn't work since last year, in his house, he's just got internet, typing away, telling you, no, cool. That would get it, that's wrong, do you get me? But if you go on places like Twitter, do you expect to see people's opinion? Regardless of how stupid you think it is, because at the end of the day, it's their personal opinion. You just have to label them dickhead and leave them.
No, cool. But then that wasn't the point of what I was saying. But also, that's a microcosm of people's opinions. That's a microcosm of our society. So if they have that opinion, then that's what they're going to take into the workplace. So if they believe that one woman should be better than the other, that's how they're going to treat women in the workplace. So yes, they're a dickhead, and we can label them dickheads, and then we'll have to just keep going around labeling people dickheads, including bosses. That doesn't make sense.
They're still real people. Like, these people still actually walk around and have these opinions and go into the workplace and portray these opinions.
It's about changing that opinion and having these discussions. That's the point. It's pointing out the issues so that we can at least discuss them honestly. The only point I wanted to make was on your how men are raised as well. Like how, like they say, like boys don't cry, girls cry, all of that kind of stuff. I think it's really important to unlearn a lot of that stuff as well for men as well, because a lot of like the male rate, male rate of suicide is ridiculously high. Like men are not taught how to actually deal with emotions properly. Actually, a detriment to you as well as us. So it's actually a bit more serious than my jammer and George's. Wait,
Question. I said I was coming at you in it. Right? I personally think, right? Cool. It's fun. I'm gonna come at you for this, innit? For your point which you've made, innit? Right? Because prior to this, you said, okay, cool. Boys don't cry. No. I just felt like you said it from my mommy's voice. Mommy would tell. I feel like a mother would tell that to her son, innit? Don't cry, son. Do you get me? I thought.
Dad say that shit too.
Eh? I hear that, but I'm just saying, cool. But look at society right now, and there's more single women than there are married women. It's facts. Do you get me? Single parents. So most of us boys have just been raised by mommy. Do you get me? So cool. Don't come at me for not. Sorry.
Even more reason as to why you feel like you should be like.
Yeah, I get that. So for you to say, okay, cool, we need to.
Women partake in it too. I'm
Right.
not saying it's just
Okay,
women
cool.
are women.
That was my point.
Women
I'm glad you jumped
in the
to it.
bullshit of society too. I'm not just blaming men. That's what I was saying. Don't take it personally.
Sparks. Sorry. Right, anyone?
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Test. Yeah, it's all right there. It's good there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cheese. All right. So I wanted to obviously respond to your point, yeah, of like what you were saying about men and women in the workplace and men being accustomed to, I don't know, like bad habits or whatever, things that they've been taught growing up. I don't necessarily fully agree with that point. Do you know what I mean? I think personally, I can't speak for everybody, so I don't know. Maybe some of the men in here might agree or disagree with me. They can help me. I think, right, I don't think women, have the right perception of what it's like to really be a man. You understand what I'm saying? So I think in general, sometimes like you'll see it, for instance, in the workplace, right? You might think that a guy's acting out in or a certain way or making it hard for women because like, oh, he's a man and he doesn't want to lose to a woman. But the fact of the matter is like, it's just like, that's just what it, like, even with man them, it's like, yo, like, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, so the thing is, I think that a lot of the time when women receive that treatment from men, they think it's a thing of like, oh, he's trying to put me down. But it's, no, we're not trying to put you down. I'm just treating you exactly how I would treat a man. Do you know what I mean? So if you want equality, that's true equality. Do you know what I mean?
Thoroughly agree with
Do you get me? It's the same perception, right? Do you know? I actually had this debate with my partner like not too long ago, innit? Yeah. Where check this. You see me? I'm one of them guys. I don't mind like as a guy if we go out or we do whatever. It's man paying, innit? Like that's the standard. You get what I'm saying? But then it's like, okay, if you see from when you expect that, you get what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, now. Is it really like, what is it an equality thing? Yeah. What we doing? Is it an equality thing or is it still me? Because if you expect that from me, then you better give me what, you understand? I need my expectations too, like, you get me? So, yeah, like, yeah.
I totally, thoroughly agree. That was the point I was saying, but sometimes I like to play devil's advocate. Not everything I'm saying is my, I'm aware that that's... Yeah, it's the voices in my head. I am aware that other people have opinions and I can identify them. That doesn't mean that is Tanaka Rachel Michelle Matanga's opinion. Do you get it? I don't actually believe in the whole, I don't know, culturally, I don't want to get into culture, but I believe everything comes back to culture. So I'm going to stay away from that. But I do believe that culturally, I don't know, most of... Okay, I'm moving through, I'm passing through. Don't pick up culture, but the way I've been raised and what I've seen, I don't believe in the equality thing. I think there's space for everyone. And like you're saying, I do believe that sometimes because women are so badly trying to be like, I can do it. Do you know what I mean? Like when someone tries to help them, regardless of if it's anything, do you know what I mean? Like I've heard girls at work be like, oh, he always tries to open the door for me. Like I can open the door for myself. Like literally, I've literally heard, like, no, some people take it that far. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, babe, it's literally not that deep. Like, it's a door. Do you know what I mean? But then I think it depends where you're coming from. Again, all about why you're doing it. If you feel like, I've been oppressed to the fact that like, you are just so headstrong on like, I can do this. I'm going to do it by myself. Anything that someone can say to you is like, okay, that was very derogatory. And I feel like at the moment there's like taglines. Do you know what I mean? There's like buzzwords. Derogatory is a buzzword. A feminist is a buzzword. Or, misogynist is a buzzword. Do you know what I mean? People love to throw these out right now. They're trending. Do you know what I mean? So as soon as someone does something, whether you understand that word or not, whether you understand the context of what he was saying, you're out here throwing out that word. Because, it's like a thing. And I can do it by myself.
Can I throw a curveball at you?
Throw a curveball?
Right. Do you think that feminism today and feminism first actually started, do you think that it's the same thing?
No. But the thing is, I'm going to hand it over to someone who probably knows more about feminism. Because I always say, like, point blank, I'm not a feminist. Like, but I've heard recently...
You're not a feminist.
I'm not, I would say that. But I've heard recently from my friend, and she's Muslim. The reason I tell you why she's Muslim is because she wears a burqa. And like, did I say that wrong? I said that wrong. No, I've got two friends. I'm aware of what I'm saying. Yeah, no.
Go on.
Yeah, and yeah.
Check the vibes, please.
I'm telling you what... Burqa, that's it. Yeah, my jacket. So very sure. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Hello. Do we not make mistakes around here?
You set yourself up.
Okay. I don't know why she's trying to point it out. Yeah, like, I'm just going to push her off the chair. Anyway, because of her cultural dress, leave me alone. Because of her cultural dress, I was explaining to her like why I'm culturally don't believe that I'm a feminist. And then she told me another new name, which I can't remember, which is not even useful. But she said that there's like another word that goes in front of feminism to describe another type of feminism. So there's like different types of feminism that basically allow that if you are a feminist, it doesn't mean that you have to just be like, you know, I don't want to wear a hijab, I don't want to wear a burqa, I don't want to... Like, there's a different type that means that you can still serve your culture, but still believe in
The
your
progression
rights.
of women.
Yeah, the progression. I don't know all of that, because I didn't know that, because some women just go like, no. I'm just like, no, I don't believe in all them things. And I know that if I was to say I'm a feminist, I couldn't believe in it all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I was to say I'm a feminist, I'll be one of them girls who are like, oh no, you should do that. So that's why I say it's not my... I've always said I'm not. So no, that's what I was saying. I threw it out there because I wanted to discuss topics. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I throw things out there because I want to hear what everyone else's opinions is. Like, yeah, the voices in my head. I always throw things out there, but that doesn't mean that that's what I think. Yeah, I'm not.
So, to answer your question, Sparks. So you said, is feminism different from before to now, innit? So obviously, before when it first started out, feminism was just not even supporting females. It was actually supporting like equality over all genders. But females were the ones that stepped up and said they want to do it because obviously they were the ones who weren't being treated fairly. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously I feel like now today, it has been twisted. Like when you think of feminism, instantly you think of, oh, it means that females need to be on top. Females need to be in the position that men are. Females need to be doing better. If you see a female doing well, you have to support her. That's not what it originally was. It was just simply everyone getting equality. That's all it was. Just to answer that.
Yeah, just to add to that, literally the definition of feminism when it started was the social, economic, and political equality between the sexes. Took me a second. Okay, so hold on, wait. So just in case you missed, so what it is the social, economic, and political equality between the sexes. It has nothing to do with men are bad, like let's hate men, women need to do everything. It had nothing to do with any of that. It's been co-opted. Nothing about men are trash. Men are trash is its own movement. It has nothing to do with, so, yeah. But what happens is, unfortunately, and it happens with everything, yeah? Every time there's a movement that's been started for the right reasons, like Me Too, like with everything, people come along and just co-opt it. And they just turn it into something that it's not. And they make it their own agenda, or they're trying to make it like seem bad, so they just add things onto it that have nothing to do with what it is. Feminism on its own, I say I'm a feminist, but only the original meaning of a feminist. I don't subscribe to whatever the hell is going on in 2020 with feminism. Yeah. So to answer your question again, just as you said, it is different now to how it started. It shouldn't be, but it has been co-opted and corrupted by a lot of people.
Last point here, and then we're gonna have a performance. Oh, well, I've said it now. Okay. Should we just go for solutions and then end on the performance?
Yeah, because it's like a concert, like end on the concert.
Yeah. Headliner. Let's have it. Go on.
I'm gonna, like, you've sort of all touched on what I was gonna say anyway. But I think as well, people have gotten it twisted. We're sort of in a transitional stage in like, we're a very unique generation.
Yeah.
We're transition from like, digital, from industrial, do you know what I mean? All of that. So I feel like people need to have an understanding that although we are sort of like getting more fluid in terms of like, how we understand each other in the workplace and within relationships and whatnot, men and women, we're actually not the same. We're not the same at all. Like, so I think equality is a very strong word to use when it comes to like gender roles and stuff, because we're not. Like, women can carry children, born children, and our bodies are built different. Like generally all of that. So I think people need to stop getting it twisted in the sense that we all want to be the same or whatnot. I think we should all bring each other up, and we should all like be there for each other in terms of like, work, financial, economic, social thingies. Sorry, I can't even speak anymore. Can't even speak. But yeah, so I feel like we need to also sort of like separate us being called like equal and stuff like that. That needs to sort of change, because we're not. all we have to do is just build each other up in terms of like everything else. Yeah.
So here for that.
Just to add on what she says is, for me, it's like, just let me play my position. Like, it's like a team. Everyone has a position and everyone has a role to play. Do you get what I'm saying? Ladies have a role to play, a man has a role to play. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're less than me, no. I mean, just like you said, you can do certain things I can't do. Do you get what I'm saying? You can hold a whole life, a whole person in you. I can't do that. Do you get what I'm saying? So just let me play my position and that's it. Do you get me?
I totally agree. And I just loved what you said about transitional stage. I feel like we definitely are a transitioning generation. At the moment, people are just jumping on these things, like I'm saying. In a few like years' time, few centuries, like people would have like cooled down, understood what really is trying to happen. Because I think at the moment it's like some people are like, yeah, I'm a feminist, I'm all of that, and people like me are like totally like removing themselves from that movement because I don't want to be explaining I am the original. Like I'm an original meaning of feminist. Like what the hell? So therefore, I just think long, I'm out, and then it's just like crazy. So I totally agree. So the next little thing that we're gonna do before, obviously, like we like wrap up, party, whatever, is solutions. I had a question. Can I go straight in?
Just solutions.
No, but I have a question to lead into solutions.
No, that's the debate. That's a part of the topic. Solutions.
Yeah, okay, but to kick it off, like, I know we spoke about, like, some men and their upbringing. I personally think that's, like, a fact. So that's my personal opinion. Are you lot willing to relearn? That's my question. I think one of the main solutions is for you guys to relearn. You're not willing to relearn. I get that you know, there's a point to play, but are you willing to... Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay, so emotional, so like, you know, we were talking about like, oh, boys don't cry, Are you lot willing to relearn the fact that actually, it's okay, it's fine. Your masculinity, no, but your masculinity doesn't have to be portrayed in like a toxic, a bit like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like that, it's fine. No. I like it.
No. Do you know? Wait. No. Do you know why I say no, yeah? It's because from the moment a man shows emotion, girls are the first ones. Even on social media, you'll see it. Oh, why is he acting this? Man up. Wait. When you see videos of Americans moving mad on thing, you'll be like, oh, this could never be the UK men. Men are strong. So...
Okay, as a man, men usually say they don't care what people say. They're this, they're that, and they know themselves in it. That's part of man's ego. So why do you care about girl, dog, cat, rat, whoever wants to say you're whatever because you are showing your emotion? So you're going to basically stunt your growth, right, and not know your true self and be in tune with your true self because of what a girl's going to say. That girl's not worth you then anyway. No. The girl's then not worth you anyway. I don't want no man. Let me tell you something. I don't want no man that can't show their true emotion and be 100% open because when you're with a man, then you've got, trust me, when you're with a man, this is usually what should happen is when you're dating and stuff like that, you're looking at someone that you can raise children with. You understand? If you've got an emotionally burdened and toxic, no disrespect, male, right, or female, how are they going to raise your youth in the right way?
Why does it have to be toxic?
Because it is. Wait. I'm going to tell you why it's toxic. The reason why it's toxic is because, right, anything that is not dealt with, that is suppressed, yeah, stirs up other things. So it becomes toxic. Yeah? For instance, then, in slavery, they'll turn around and say black people are angry, black people are aggressive, black people are this. It's not that we're passionate. But at the same time, there's a thin line between it because we can become that way because of the things that we've oppressed. Do you understand? So it is toxic. And when I say, people always get this toxic word as negative. Toxic just literally means that basically, not bad, but it's polluted. It's polluted. That's basically what it is. So yeah, Don't worry about who wants to say, ooh, what. I'm not telling you to walk up and down on the road and bawl every day. I'm just saying, yeah, if there's something that's bothering you, you should be able to go to your brethren, your brother, your sister, even your child. I cry to my child when I need to cry to my child. Some people might think, oh, what kind of mum are you? I need to, because that then shows my daughter that she's supposed to be open, to be able to release.
Yeah, I know. Go on. Dixon and then Sparks.
Yeah.
All right.
I think, you see, I think you're coming from it, yeah, at like, you know, I think quite a mature perspective, you get what I'm saying? But it's like, only certain people will really view it like that, you know what I mean? Or only when you're really at a certain stage in your life I think it will come across like that. If you're talking generally, like most people, like, you know what I'm saying, early to late 20s or younger, do you get what I mean? Like, it's not a thing. I mean, any girl in here, right? Like, honestly, brutally, honestly, right? Tell me who, if your man comes to you right now and cries, you've got ratings for it. Pick up your hand. Now they're lying, bro. They're lying. This is the thing. They're lying, bro. Listen, it's like that all up until you. Whoa, hold on. What I said. Listen, you'll say that, yeah. You'll say that. Up until you get into a fight or something with him, yeah? And it's like, shut your crying ass up. Like, you weren't here last night cry like a little puss. Listen, and then now you want to be like, oh, like, tell the truth. Let's tell the truth.
No.
Come on, tell the truth.
No, listen,
tell the truth.
Just like what he said to me earlier, when he was like, oh, it's the guys that you're chatting to, it's the girls that you're chatting to. Yeah. We aren't like that, brethren. If a guy's coming to me and approaching me, like Pastor Naka said, it depends on obviously what he's crying about. Do you get what I'm saying? But no, let me tell you why.
Look, how can it depend? If my emotions are my emotions, how can it depend what I'm crying about? If my emotions are my emotions, how can it depend what I'm crying about?
No.
Am I lying? You see, you played yourself up. You played yourself.
No.
What was it?
No.
Yo, man, them. Shakala Makaya. Spartans. Are you?
No. Listen. What I'm saying, it depends. No, listen to what I'm saying to you. You see what you done to me. Now everyone puts on their chat shit. You see what you done to me. I hear ya. Well, I'll see you next Monday. I'll see you Monday anyway. Listen, what I'm saying to you. Okay, because we're comparing it to the emotion that girls show and the emotion that boys show. So what I'm saying is, you see how girls will cry, let's say, for example, if their makeup's ruined. Let's say a guy's crying over the fact that someone just steps on his trainers. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying that's just dumb. Do you get what I'm saying? If we're, obviously, okay, you say, obviously not going to cry about that. What do you mean? You're hurt. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So you're going to cry about that, then obviously, that's dumb. If you're crying about something that's serious, like... What?
Like, someone steps on my crepes. Instead of banging him in the face, I want to cry. Can I not cry?
Nah, that's dead. That's the same thing.
No, what would you tell me? What would you tell me if I was crying over something stupid?
Anyway, back to the point. Listen. Wait, back to the point. But my point is that if my guy was going to come to me, listen to what I'm saying to you. If my guy was going to cry to me, this is what I'm trying to say is the fact that it depends on what girls you're like, dealing with, because I know what kind of girl I'm like. If my guy's coming and crying to me about any shit that's deep, whether it be a situation they're going through with their boys, their family, if they've got children, their children, anything deep like that, which a lot of guys go through deep stuff and like with disgust, they don't share it, they don't open up, they don't really cry or whatever the case may be. They don't have to cry, whatever, just show emotion. If my guy's coming to me and he's doing that, that's a disrespect for me to not take him seriously, or for me to even not rate him because he's coming to me on a real thing. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I know for me personally, because you asked me personally, what would I do? If that was my man who's coming to me, I'm comforting him because I'm gonna expect the same back. I'm not looking at you as a guy, I'm looking at you as a person. You're my partner. So if you're telling me that you're hurt right now, I'm comforting you. I don't care if you're a man or not.
And I think, like you said, when it's a personal thing, because let's say we're good friends and I come to you and I start crying about my makeup, you would look at me and go, it's makeup.
100%.
And you should have that same energy if he comes up and says someone stepped on my shoe.
I would not helping you as a person if I allowed you to cry
it's
about
definitely, do you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a person-to-person thing. But I just wanted to come back to what you said about men men relearning, are men willing to relearn? I don't think it's just men, it's everyone.
Yeah.
Because the same way that they're talking about, but if I start crying to my girl's gonna be like, look at what are you doing? And that's because that girl has also been brought up to think, nah, men don't cry. If they show emotion, this guy's gay. Like, do you know how many girls walk around and say, oh no, he's gay, man, he came and cried to me about something. What? It's wild. It's a wild take. So we all need to relearn. We all need to come to it maturely and be like, adults.
Am I right in saying that the first solution is that both females and males need to be relearning? Yeah? You got something to say?
Here's just what I don't understand. Your mum will high crying, but happy to be little spoon. I don't get it. What? High crying, be upset when it's bedtime to do little spoon.
Oh, it's intimacy and different.
That's what we compared. What?
No. Somebody come look at this.
Yo, imagine one Tom Jerry's stressing you at work. You get home, you get home to your lady. You get in bed, she's holding you, bro. Hold me. It's been a cold day. Do you get me? What's wrong with that? Emotion from crying. I just want to be helped.
Shit.
Asking for much.
Shit.
Okay. Just say.
Right, solution for me is, I think everybody should be accepting. Personally, I think everybody just wants everyone to go with what they personally think. And I feel like that's wrong, innit? I feel like as a society, it's just a mixture. All of us here, we're not the same, not one way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people need to be accepting of that. Too much of one thing is not too good. Do you get me? You just tell a man, no. He's not going to want to do it, darling. Same way, man, you tell her, he's not going to want to do it, bro. Simple as, do you get me? I just feel like there needs to be a balance in terms of, and people are lacking that balance. It's all fun and games saying, yeah, okay, cool, man, yeah, you can't show emotions, blah, 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 because your girl's going to feel some type of way. But at the end of the day as well, it's good to show emotions, but to the right levels, to the right things, you get me? I mean, is there really a right person for it, though? Is there really? Not necessarily. Cool. All right, let me contradict that point. Let me answer to that point, right? I feel like there's a time and a place to show emotion, because if it takes you, bro. That's why it's called emotions, you get me? And it's all right, it's okay. Cool, you can find yourself in public, something happens, innit? I've seen mandems get slapped. You know you can't fight. Turn around, you get back to it, but it's all right, bro. It's all right, bro. So what are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? You can't do nothing about it. Yeah. You shed your tears, bro. You see big man there.
I'll have to fight for you. In that case, if you're my man, I'm stepping in for you, because I can't have us both.
No.
We can't both be crying.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll have to handle it. If you were crying because you got slapped.
How does that make me feel if you handle it?
What do you want me to do?
How does that make me feel? How does that make me feel?
You can't.
You see?
Listen, we're about to get jumped. No. Realistically. We'll have to talk about when we get home. Realistically, if you just got jumped and you just got slapped, I'm gonna have to step in for you because you're crying. And then later we'll have to talk about, babe, if you know you can't fight, babe, don't fight. Don't get into any argument. Apologize.
You see?
Say sorry. Don't let yourself get in the fight if you know you can't fight. Say sorry. Just be like, oh, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
Cool. Darling, if you don't know how to do your makeup, please don't do it. I'm so sorry. No, it's a fact. No, it's a fact though. Some men are just physically not able to fight, darling. And that's okay. No, but it's not up to you though. You got slapped.
Walk away. You know what? Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Then what? Then what?
Yeah, okay, cool. You got slapped, you cried. Your girl backed you. So what's the
I'm
problem?
gonna have to. Okay, right, okay. If you don't want me to back you, I think you will know me. If you know me, you know I'm jumping in. So just hold my hand and force us to go, because at this point, I'm gonna jump in.
Question. Okay, cool. Now, but listen.
What do you want her to do? You just got
Hold me. I'm here. I'm here. No, bro, I'm here, bro. I'm here, bro. Yeah. That's okay. Fuck the guy. It's me, bro.
I'll hug you then.
Yeah.
I'll hug you then. And then you'll be
Cool, you go fight. He slaps both of us. Then what? Well, you got slapped. Now who's gonna hold who? We're both crying.
I'm not crying. All right, anyway. This has been great, but that's, moving on. So I say that for the topic that we've got, solutions on Women's Day. No, we're on solutions. But for Women's Day, bringing it back to women. I know there's loads of men in the room, but bringing it back to women. I say that the first one that we've got, we need to come up with 3. The first one we've got right now is just relearning, unlearning. Do you know what I mean? Go again?
Just accepting that we're different and we do things different. Accepting that you are capable of doing certain things. Okay. But you don't have to necessarily have to always do what a man does. Okay. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not, but it's just like, yo, you don't have to keep fighting. Like, don't fight me. Like, as in, like, build different, don't fight me.
Okay, cute. Does anyone have another one? Because I do. So, okay. I think another one that came up is, I think you said it and Melissa said it, and like, it was just about, if let's say, I think with women supporting women, if you notice that you are having that kind of feeling of like jealousy or envy or like comparison, whatever that feeling might be, like, don't shy away from it. Acknowledge it, and then it's about what you do from that feeling. I think that's a good way to move forward. I think that's one goal that most women should have. Like, and I like what you said. He gave a practical solution. If you know that, either if you're faced with that, if you know that, alright, cool, she can cook better than me. Either you're so touched about it that you're gonna learn to cook, or you're gonna focus on the fact that you can clean. Do you know what I mean? So either focus on your strength or develop your weaknesses. I think that's a really good, like, moving forward. That's one thing to do. Like, yeah, do both or whatever. Like, yeah.
I would say, in terms of solutions for women supporting women, I'm going to touch on the whole women in different industries. So I'd say that if you are a woman in an industry where you feel like you're probably the only one, but you can see another woman trying to, come up with you as well, I'd say don't try to be the only queen amongst the mandem. Like, don't, like, it's not a thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you see another woman coming up, then put her on too. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not going to take away from you because you know what you've got, like what we've all said. Like, you're you. So if you know that what you can do, put her on and work together. Like, and I feel like both of you will get noticed. Do you get what I'm saying, Gwika?
And I think that's a really good one to end on. I guess that's the third one. Just because it ties into all of them. To be able to do that, firstly, you would have had to unlearn. You would have had to realize that actually, like, I know we've been taught that there's only one queen, or there's only one princess in fairy tales. You've been taught all of that. You would have to unlearn that whole thing. You have to unlearn the whole idea of competition and whatever, all these unhealthy, like, little underlying issues. And then you would have to be in that state of mind. Secondly, you would also have to, like, recognize why you're doing things. I think with the point that I made before, just to add on it, is that about intentions. If you're really there for all the wrong reasons, if I want to learn to cook just because she can cook, and that's not a good reason for me to learn to cook. That's not the idea. If I'm going to learn to cook, then that needs to be because, like, really and truly I want to better myself. Really and truly I want to be able to cook, and really and truly deep down I just want to be able to hold my own. If that's the reason as to why you should be in that industry, then yeah, join allies, and I think you would do that if you have that intentions. If you're in that industry because you just want to be the only one, then you're never going to come to that conclusion of, like, let's join together, because you're just in it for all the wrong reasons.
Any other solutions? Okay, cool. And before we even close on the performer, I just want to say, like, shout out to you, like, for coming out in it.
Big
because literally,
big thank you.
like, like, this wasn't even the plan. Like, this wasn't how the event was supposed to go. Obviously, we winged it. It became what it did. And to be honest with you, obviously, it's a learning curve for us. Like, we know what to do next time. But I feel like for us, it's nice to know that you guys came out, supported, and you got involved. You wasn't, like, standing there in the corner like, oh, I'm going home, this is dead. Like, you stayed and you got involved. So I appreciate every single one of you. Like, I really do.
Love it. Shout out Pie Radio as well. Man,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Thank you for the space. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much. And also, there's a few things. DJ Chase.
Oh, yeah.
Remember our performers. You're gonna plug yourself afterwards. There's stools over there. Shout out to Sparks behind the bar. Yeah, and yeah, really.
Yeah.
Micro podcast. We are the Micro podcast.
Oh yeah, Micro Podcast. Yeah.
Every fortnight on a Monday.
8 to 9. Tune in. All
Follow
of
the
that.
Instagram. All of that.
Thanks, Solomon. 8 till 9:30.
All right, cool. Okay, so without further ado,